Networking and Marketing Made Simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Super excited for you to hear today's amazing episode. But before I jump into that, I have so many people that reach out to me and ask, how do I start a podcast? What do I need to do? And what you guys listen to, wherever you're listening to this from, if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, in my opinion, it is the easiest way to make a podcast. It's one of those things where I jumped into it because it has everything that I needed in one place. And that's what I loved about it. The tools that allow you to record and then edit your podcast from your phone or your computer, which is so accessible. But also, when you actually host your podcast on Anchor like I do, you can distribute that podcast on all the listening platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, all the different big ones that people are listening to. It's all from here. And it's everything that you need to make a podcast in one place. And the other great thing is, and why I always suggest it to people, it's absolutely free. And this is the easiest thing to do. All you have to do is download the Anchor app on Apple or on your Android, or go to anchor.fm. And that's how you get started. It's that simple. So if you have a message, if you have something really important you want to share, getting your podcast out on the anchor.fm platform will get you there. And not even will get you there, you'll be amazed at what could happen. So enjoy today's episode. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple. Super excited for today's episode. We are going to be diving into one of my most favorite topics, and that is going over what the best content is to create and why. Now, this pertains not only to LinkedIn, but for all of social media. And for those that read the description and maybe read some of the show notes already, video content is the best content that you want to create. So I am, first and foremost, a big believer in producing some content is absolutely better than producing no content at all. But when it does come to that, I would say, bright light shining on the type of content to create, hands down, video not only is king, it's going to remain king for years to come. Now, there are three specific reasons why you want to produce at least one video per week. And again, I don't care if this is a live stream or a pre-recorded or native video. Now, again, this pertains to LinkedIn Live, LinkedIn native video, Facebook Live, Facebook native video, Instagram Live, Instagram native video. It pertains to all of this. And there's three reasons why you want to do this. And you may be listening to this episode and you may be saying, you know what, Scott, I'm ahead of the game. I'm already producing video content. Well, I'm going to applaud you first and foremost. And the fact is, not only are you ahead of the game, but you're maybe doing things to build your business that you didn't realize. Now, if you're the other person that's listening to this, that's like, I really need to start doing some video, but I'm scared. Who am I to do video? I don't know what I'm going to say. What if I mess up? That's okay. Now, the first of three reasons why you want to create video content, not just on LinkedIn, but on all social media, is it builds relationships quicker. So I want to read you a quote from broadcasttoworld.com. And They went on to say, video, I think, is the best way to present real life situations to target audiences. Videos are immersive and make the audience forget about their own life and start relating to the situations presented to them. Scientific studies have shown that our brain has these magical cells which make us want to imitate the people and situations around us. These cells are called mirror neurons. If you have ever wondered why you instinctively feel like laughing when your friends are laughing, then it's because of these cells. Let's take another example. Do you feel like you are jumping off the cliff when the protagonist in a video is jumping off the cliff? Yes, you do. Why? Well, these cells are important for you as a marker, is because they fire in people watching videos. The thrill is not just in observing the situations, but in actually living it. It's scientifically proven that you relate to characters and situations presented in a video because the mirror neurons in your brain become active. So it just goes to show you that if you want to build those relationships better, understanding that there is a chemical reaction that takes place, these mirror neurons. So, if any of you have ever watched a video where people are wanting to you engage, right? Type Y or yes in the chat box. You mirror the mirror neurons. Oh, I'm going to take action. It builds relationships. And again, this is factual information. And it's science-based information, which is even cooler because I don't think people understand the power that our brain actually has to achieve certain things. So if you want to build relationships faster, you're going to start doing video content at least once a week. Number two, doing at least one video a week on social media will build the know, like, and trust faster. I believe that no one, and I've talked about this before, that no one buys anything from anyone that they don't know, like, or trust. Something that we're always looking to achieve in any content that we're creating is credibility and trust with our audiences. Now, when you do video and you show up and you're educating and informing your audience, you're giving free value without asking for anything back in return. You're showing up and you're pouring into people. You're giving them tangible things that they can then apply to their life and their business to get results. You're giving without, again, expecting anything to come back to you, right? Value driven content in the form of a video is going to build that know, like, and trust that much faster. So if you think about this, when you're watching a commercial or a Facebook ad, as another example, you're watching this video and you're watching the infomercial, so to speak. It could be a person talking about a course that they're selling, a product, a service, a good. And you may not buy that first time, but maybe you start watching some of their other content. You want to get to know them better, right? You start doing some research. You're now starting to feel like you know them. You're starting to like their messaging. You're starting to gain some trust. And guess what? You may pull the trigger and invest in them or buy something that they're offering because they've taken the time to nurture you and build that know, like, and trust. The same thing can be said with a podcast. One of the main reasons why I love doing podcasting is that when Nancy and I are doing workshops, it's an easy outlet for us to say, hey, we're doing this free workshop, or we have this paid workshop that's teaching X, Y, and Z. Go into the description of the episode and get registered. So an avid podcast listener of mine that's been listening to episode after episode, well, they know, like, and trust me and things that I'm offering, and they know there's high value there. And showing up on video, again, just once a week, will build that know, like, and trust. And the third and final thing, showing up on video absolutely positions you as the expert in your space. And I want to explain why. I always talk about being a salmon in a world of fish, right? You've heard me say this before. You want to go against the grain. You want to carve your own path. You want to go in a different direction. One of the best ways to do that is to do different things. Not everybody is doing video. Everyone's posting pictures, everyone's writing content. But there is still a large percentage of people that are not doing video. When you can hop on video, just like building the know, like, and trust, as I said in example number 2, building that know, like, and trust through foundational content through video, value-added tips, education, information. When you show up each and every week or every time you do a video, and it's all value-based, it's education-based, it's information-based, where you're teaching, you're sharing your specific knowledge of a topic or a subject that's going to leave someone better, but also help them, you are absolutely positioning yourself as the expert in your space. That's the beauty of video. Not only do you get the chance to show up and show the vulnerability side of who you are going to be that go-to expert. You are the expert and that go-to person that they're going to reach out to you in something that you presented. If it's a hole or a gap or a void or a pain point or an area of struggle in their life and their business, guess who they're going to remember? You. Because you've taken the time to show up on camera. I can't express to you all enough the power of just showing up on video. And again, even if you just do a pre-recorded video, it could be 60 seconds. It doesn't have to be 6 hours. And it could be just a couple tips. 2 tips to better yourself in this, or 2 tips of how to do that. It goes a long way. And just like anything, the first time that you do it is going to be really scary. As T.R. Vecker says, every master was once a disaster. So of course it's going to be rough in the beginning. Of course you're going to struggle in the beginning. Of course you may fumble over your words and say or make some noises. That is to be expected. But you get better over time, and the better you get, the more consistent you get, the better of a business that you're going to grow. So again, doing at least 1 video a week on social media, it will build the relationships with your audience quicker. It builds that know, like, and trust, and it absolutely positions you as the expert in your space. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please enjoy the rest of your days, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you, everyone, for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.